If you're looking for international adventure, you're in the right place because today At Your Leisure is taking you on a Caribbean cruise that you can win. Join Chad and Rhea as they take us around the MSC Divina and find out what life on a cruise ship is all about. Then come with me, Stephen Human, as I explore Jamaica from the bobsled runs to the waterfall rock climbs. Finally, we'll show you how to get a free motorcycle riding course if you know where to buy. AYL owns the Caribbean, coming up right now.
Well, we're not going to tease you any longer. We're finally here. We're on the MSC Cruise Line, and you all can win this trip, and you can go to Columbus Travel and find out more details.
That's true. It is the At Your Leisure Columbus Travel MSC Cruise Line giveaway. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks. Contest is going to go on. Pay close attention later if you haven't signed up, because you are going to want to get on Facebook. If you don't have an account, you're going to get one because you got some great chances to win this cruise.
You got to like us on Facebook.
That's true. Now today we are in Nassau. It's one of the ports of call that you can find on the MSC cruise lines. And so they got a lot of stuff to do on all these ports. I mean, we are going to go hit the Bahamas, Grand Cayman, Jamaica.
We're doing the whole Caribbean.
And
you can do it too.
You can. The ports may change a little bit, but we thought we would start today by taking you on board the ship and seeing what life on the ship is like. While we do that, we would like you to go to our travel adventure, one of the ports of call on this trip, and if we look into our spy glasses across the waves of the Caribbean, we will find Steve Human.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica. Yeah, man.
That's right, Chad and Rhea. There is a lot of adventure you can have on the ship, but if you really want to experience the Caribbean, you need to get off at port and enjoy the outdoors. Right now, I'm on a beautiful beach in Jamaica, and I am going to show you some of the adventure you can have if you come on the MSC Divina. So, follow me.
Jamaica. Beautiful, mysterious, full of adventure, dark jungles, and crisp, cool water. With over 4,000 square miles of land, it is the 5th largest island in the Caribbean, with a population of about 2.8 million. The indigenous people called it Jamaica, meaning the land of wood and water. The Spanish took it over when they arrived in the New World, and in 1655 it changed hands again to the British. Jamaica achieved independence in 1962 and is a Commonwealth realm today, with Queen Elizabeth as head of state and monarch. Today I'm exploring with Garrett McNamara, who works with MSC Cruise Lines as a business development manager. This experience is a first for both of us, so it's going to be a fun day.
I've never been off the ship in Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica, but never gotten off the ship.
We arrived in Falmouth Port, where we were greeted by different shops and vendors selling Jamaican wares. But this excursion isn't about shopping. We're heading west along the coast in search of adventure. The environment is very different from the U.S., obviously, but being here, it's so different than what you expect. There's beauty, of course, but there's also a history among the trees that really catches the eye. Everywhere you look, there is something surprising.
You've got rainforest coming right down to the beach. The people are super laid back. Everyone's very, very friendly. We took a ski lift up into the hills to do the bobsled, and you have these gorgeous vistas of the ocean while you're in the rainforest and in these hills.
Right, if you're going to get rained on, you might as well do it while you're in a rainforest in Jamaica with this view. Check that out.
Everybody knows about the famous Jamaican bobsled team, and our first stop was Mystic Mountain and the Rainforest Bobsled. After you take the tram through the forest, you arrive at a mountaintop where everything is a celebration of the Jamaican sports heritage, from Olympic runners to the bobsled pilots of decades past. Dancers and musicians invite visitors to join in the revelry and experience what Jamaica is all about. Then you hit the slope. The mountain bobsled is a jungle roller coaster where you have control over your speed as you whip through the forest for a trip that's over 5 minutes long.
That bobsled ride was crazy. I didn't think we were going to be going so fast. I didn't think some of the drops were going to be so steep. I tried to have it pinned forward the whole time, which is accelerate or go, and not pull back on the brakes at all, and it was a lot of fun.
The bobsled and water slide were fun, but for me, I always want something off the beaten path to explore, something a little bit more natural, and so we headed back east for a few minutes and we stopped at Dunn's River Falls. This is the place, let me tell you. Basically, the water is heavy in limestone, so it's molded the rocks in a natural sort of concrete. And you can actually hike all the way up from the beach through different sets of falls. This is the sort of stuff I'm after.
They go from the beach all the way up the falls, and then there's these little levels with calm pools in them, and they'll slide down these little natural waterfalls.
Hiking up the falls was easily my favorite moment of the day. Natural steps make the trip easier, but some people are more sure-footed than others. The sound of the falls, the feel of the water. It's like you're a part of nature in an environment so alien, but at the same time, so comfortable. I loved it. Now, there are, of course, a lot of different excursions offered on the Divina, from mild to wild, but I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing than being here right now. And I think Garrett agrees.
I haven't done a water slide in 15 years, and that was awesome. Really a lot of fun. I was really excited to do the excursions. They were a ton of fun, and I'm just glad to be here.
And that, folks, is Jamaica, or at least a small part of it for our adventure today. And something that you can experience if you come on the MSC Divina in January, or if you win our big trip. So of course, you want to go to Facebook, you want to sign up for that so that you can win. Well, I'm Stephen Heumann for At Your Leisure. Now let's head back to the ship with Chad and Rhea.
Just one of the many fun things you can look forward to if you are the winner of the cruise on this beautiful ship. Now, we are visiting with the captain, Pierre Paulo Scalad. You wear many hats because basically there are two ships. There's the passengers, and then you've got a cruise ship, and they got all their own stuff, and then you've got the engineering and everything. What's your favorite task? What do you like to do the best?
Well, handling the ship obviously is my favorite part of my job. Mm-hmm. It's always different, you know, it's never the same. So I guess that's the best part, you know. And I hate routines, so I like the challenge. Not that it's very challenging, I don't want to be misunderstood. Yeah. Each maneuver is different, but it always gives me a little bit of adrenaline, you know, and so in maneuvering such a huge ship is a matter of pride. So that's definitely the best part of my job.
What can people expect from you being in charge of all this to have a great sailing experience? What's your pledge to them?
We at MSC, we strongly believe that we offer the best service and the best, let's put it this way, we offer the best hardware and the best software in the business, because ships are absolutely beautiful. We have got the youngest fleet in the cruising industry. That's a fact, it's not just an assumption. The company wants to become the leader in the cruising industry. So we are expanding, we are coming to the US with the Divina. There are rumors that we may bring a brand new ship here in 2017. So rest assured that if you come and cruise with us, you will have the experience of your lifetime.
Well, I will guarantee you the service is like no other. So we expect to see you come on the trip, enter to win the contest, but also you can contact Columbus Travel and book a trip on this beautiful Divina ship. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with our product review. Captain, thank you so much. Thank you
very much. What you're looking at is the world's largest off-road lineup. Ranger, Sportsman, Razor, all industry leaders and all on sale now. Sportsman start at just $51.99. Razors under 10 grand. Rangers start at $89.99. And top of the line XP900s come with a free winch. Get huge rebates and low monthly payments during the Polaris XP sales event.
Family, a simple word that carries more meaning than we can even understand. We base our entire lives around the smiles of our children and the moments that become cherished memories. At Ray City RV, we understand the importance of that family bond. As a family-owned business since 1946, we've been giving our customers the chance to make those memories in the backcountry of the West. Early spring savings on all Race City RV camp trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes can make it more affordable than ever before. Race City in Roy, turning dreams into memories one trip at a time.
AYL wants you to win the trip of a lifetime. Sign up now on Facebook to win a Caribbean cruise on MSC Cruise Lines. Go to AYLTV.com for more details and watch At Your Leisure Saturday nights at 10:30 and Sunday mornings at 9 on ABC4 Utah.
Rediscover your sense of adventure. Welcome to San Juan County. Discover the past. A change of place. Utah's San Juan County, where life is elevated.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure Cruise in the Caribbean on the MSC Divina. Isn't this splendid?
This is very splendid, and I'm telling you, this boat is just filled with like social life. So, you know, if you want to hang out, you can meet new people. I just met a great couple from Charleston, South Carolina. It's just so much fun.
Well, Rhea's always making friends wherever she goes. We have such a string of be-backs for people that we could spend the rest of our life just catching up with new friends we've made. Anyway, right now it's time for us to go to this week's product review for a little bit of change of pace, a new friend that you might make.
We've got a really cool product review today. We have Kirk Steadman out here showing us this really cool Beta dirt bike. And what do we have here, Kirk?
This is a Beta 300 two-stroke. They came out with it in 2013, the first two-strokes they've had. I've been riding this thing for years trying to break it, and I haven't been able to break it, so it's been a very good product.
And what sets Beta apart from, say, the other metric manufacturers?
You know, the nice thing about Beta is it's set up more for like my kind of riding. I'm a desert kind of rider. This bike was designed more for the outdoors, not confined to a motocross track. A nice feature of the Beta is it has electric start. When you're out there riding, you've been out riding for 2 or 3 hours, you tip over in the sand and it's running again.
You gotta love the magic button. It beats kicking the snot out of it all day.
Exactly.
Now, Kirk, you work at Steadman's. You are a Steadman. So you can have any bike in the shop you want to take out and ride. Why did you pick the Beta?
Well, I've never been a two-stroke guy. I've always ridden four-strokes, but I wanted to try the two-stroke. I got on it, and by the end of a 4-hour desert race, the lightness of the two-stroke, losing those few extra pounds, it really helps.
You don't have to carry all that weight around all day.
Yeah, you feel it less the next day.
And it's a little more snappy as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to check out one of these Betas, get into Steadman's in Tooele. They'll be glad to show you. Kurt will be glad to show you all the cool features about this machine. I'm Darren Kinder.
And I'm Kirk Steadman.
And we'll see you next time.
The all-new 2014 Rancher and Foreman line, and introducing the remarkable new Pioneer 700s. For every challenge, there's a Honda.
Steadman's Recreation in Tooele. Some people make you think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
Looking for fun and excitement this summer? Get your family and friends out without emptying your wallet. Ride-em Rents has 2- and 4-seat razors to take your family to the great outdoors. They also rent standard four-wheelers and dirt bikes. Hourly, daily, and weekly rentals available. Give Ride-em Rents a call today at 435-224-4947 or check us out online at rideemrents.com. Call for reservations today.
Why buy a boat? Because your wife, your husband, your kids, your neighbors, your boss, your employees, your ex-mother-in-law, your cats, your dogs, they will all love you if you buy a boat. Start building memories now. Executive Boat and Yacht, 3733 South Main, executiveyacht.com.
If you're in search of adventure, all you have to do is follow Ular.
And this month, Ular is pointing you to the Cedar City Grand Prix SNORE event at the Three Peak Recreation Area May 30th and 31st. The Southern Nevada Off-Road Enthusiast Desert Race Series is coming to Cedar City and bringing with it all the dirt-flinging, rock-crawling, Baja action you want. Get more information at snoreracing.net and join Ular in Cedar City for this premier event.
Cedar City Brandhead, a playground of mythic proportions.
And in his first attempt back in race cars since that furious wreck in Monte Carlo that left him limping for a month is Chadino Buthani, ready to climb back into the car for the first time. Okay, I exaggerate a little bit. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. You know, the first time I took a cruise, it was very difficult because there was a lot of time on ship, and besides shuffle ball and cards and everything, there was nothing to do. Well, they've taken care of that on the MSC Divina, and there are so many things to do that, well, it'll take a whole half hour to cover them, but we are going to start at the starting line with this F1 simulator, which is something I've always wanted to do. So I'm going to climb in, lock myself down, and good luck. I'll see you at the finish line.
I am over here on this awesome little speed bike. It's like a Ducati. It's really classy and lots of fun. I don't know any other cruise line that does that.
So much for my career as a race car driver.
No freaking way!
We are ending our experience right here in the 4D theater.
Oh my gosh!
And we are racing anti-gravity racers, complete with wind and motion and three-dimensional. And oh goodness! Look out! Look out! Look out! Don't drive off the waterfall.
This is no Disney ride! This is freaking scary!
There you go, Rhea.
Oh my gosh! So, if you're really tired of doing excursion on land, just come to the 6D theater. Get your ticket because it's worth it. 4 minutes of complete rush. Ah! Oh my gosh! Okay, now we have to toss to our trail and adventure!
There is a freedom to motorcycle riding that is hard to describe if you've never ridden before. The wind, the smell of the air, the world at your periphery. It's an experience beyond what words can convey. Along with that, though, is the danger every time a rider puts their feet on the pegs without the proper training. Lack of knowledge and skill can end a riding career before it's even begun.
Nothing is worse than having somebody pull up to your door and say, would you help sell my husband's motorcycle or daughter's motorcycle, you know, because of an accident. And that's just the worst. It gets us. It gets you right in the heart.
Falling down doesn't have to be part of the learning curve, unless you have no idea what you're doing when you get on it.
For men like Frank White and Dale Bell, a proper education is just as important to motorcycling as an engine. Frank owns ATK motorcycles, entry-level machines that are the perfect fit for riders breaking into the sport. The more he watched his customers taking their first laps in the parking lot, the more he realized they needed the proper instruction. With that in mind, he went to Dale, who is the head trainer at Utah Rider Education, and worked out a way for everyone who purchases a new ATK motorcycle to get their rider training for free.
Well, we incentivize our riders. If they buy a bike, we'll pay for the riding training. I mean, it's in a helmet, and helmets are a must, and rider training. I just like people to know what they're doing.
That's outstanding that they think enough of their customers to want to help them get that proper start in riding. So it shows that they care enough about their customers to try and get them that start that's going to help them enjoy the activity more and enjoy the machine. It's pretty amazing that these guys have gone to the extent to say that, hey, we're actually going to include this class so that you can go gain some skills.
The class itself takes riders through all the twists and turns associated with motorcycle handling, giving them the confidence they need to hit the highway and protect themselves and others. More advanced classes are also offered for experienced riders looking to hone their skills. Motorcycle riding has been described as pure freedom. If freedom is to be enjoyed, you have to know how to use it. And the same goes for motorcycles. It's a good thing it just got a bit easier to get the proper instruction so that your first time on a bike is an experience to remember, as opposed to one you'd rather forget.
Gear up properly and do some homework, get some skills. I mean, if nothing else, at least get knowledge, preferably some hands-on training. That way you have skills before you go out into the environment and play with cars.
I'd like to see us get some new riders, and I'd like to see them safe, and I just want to introduce people to motorcycle riding, where they have confidence and they have the skill set to ride safely. Hopefully they're riding for lifetime.
From the trailhead, I'm Andy White.
And we'd like to thank Rocky Mountain ATVMC for that great story. And if you want to find out more information about that, just go to our Facebook page or AYLTV.com. Well, today I'd like to introduce you to Mariana Pina, who is the event coordinator on the MSC Divina. So nice to see you today.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, which I know it is.
Sometimes, yeah, but I mean, I'm so happy to be here with you.
Well, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about all the wonderful events you have here on the ship?
Okay, well, MSC is a family cruise, so we have events for everyone on board. So no matter if you're 3 years old, if you're 60 years old, there's always something to do on board. We have activities all day long from 6 o'clock in the morning until really late. So there's no excuse for the people to have fun on board.
If you want to just come off like maybe with your loved one and just, you know, go on a cruise with your spouse, what do you think?
I will always suggest the Yacht Club. It's an experience that everyone should live. The Yacht Club is a private and exclusive area from the rest of the ship. This is where we have all the suites. We have a butler 24 hours. We have the private restaurant for them. So everything is about being exclusive and priority for everything. So they don't have to worry about doing anything. They can just actually relax and enjoy the cruise.
Well, this is just a beautiful, beautiful ship, and it was really a pleasure meeting you, and thank you for taking the time. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we get back, there's going to be more cruising, so don't go away.
Vernal is just one of those unique places in Utah where you have the mountains, you have the rivers, you have 2 lakes within 20 minutes of town. Relax as a family, do a lot of swimming. If you would like the desert area, you go south. There's a lot of history out south. It just has everything. It's kind of a little mini resort for us. That's what we've always viewed it as.
Service really means? Come to Triple S Polaris. Service to the power of 3.
Public lands are a part of our American heritage. They define us in ways that go beyond just our need to explore and our drive to see past the horizon. As these lands are closed and public access limited, the toll is greater than just a few miles of trail gone or an inaccessible overlook. The price is our American lifestyle itself. The Blue Ribbon Coalition fights to make sure that doesn't happen. The Blue Ribbon Coalition is there to make a stand. Join us in the battle. BlueRibbonCoalition.org. We fight for access.
Carbon County is typically known for its industry and coal production. But did you know Utah's Castle Country has something for everyone? The motocross track has been acclaimed as the most popular in Utah with a variety of technical and natural terrain. And it even includes a pee-wee track. Visit castlecountry.com for more information.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure on our cruise on the MSC Divina. It is so divine.
La Divina, as Sophia Loren says.
Yes.
She's the godmother of the ship line, by the way.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, there is so much to do on this ship that fortunately we're getting a little pool time because we're exhausted because we've been playing all day. But there's 3 pools on this ship to choose from, and this is just one of the many.
That's true. In the old days, it was the shore excursions that wore you out, but there's no difference. If you want to be busy, you can. We're so tired, we're not even going to do the travel planner today. We'll let Stephen do that. Stephen, what's going on?
Well, Chad, I can sum it up in 2 words. A lot. First off, we have the epic SNORE race in Cedar City going on just this next weekend. This is the Southern Nevada Off-Road Enthusiast Desert Grand Prix taking place at Three Peak just west of the center of Cedar. It's a great family event and you're sure to see some of the most skilled racers in the world. This is going to be a great event and AYL will be there. Also coming up in Cedar City, June 23rd through the 28th, is the 12th annual Groove Fest and Summer Arts Festival. This is coinciding with the world-famous Shakespeare Festival, so you know where to be in June, Cedar City. There's going to be a lot of great things to do on the dirt and in the theater, so be there. Also, as of today, you can start signing up for the 5th annual AYL EKF Customs Casino Royale Poker Run and Regala, July 19th at the Provo Boat Harbor. There is an $80 entry fee, and this is going to be an amazing event like it has every year. We'll be celebrating 5 years with fast boats, huge prizes, great food, and a ton of fun. Sign up at AYLTV.com. Just go ahead and click on it, and you can get all set up. We want to see you there July 19th for Casino Royale. Lastly, for those of you wanting to sign up to win the AYL MSC Columbus Travel Caribbean Cruise, you can go to our website or directly to Facebook and click on the link. All of the info is right there. You can also text keyword AYL to 58885 and get signed up right now, quick and easy. You can also get extra entries every time you share the giveaway to your friends on Facebook. So share every day for more chances to win. Well, looks like I better get dressed and catch back up with Chad and Rhea for dinner.
Thanks, Steve, for all that great info.
And we have some info for you right now. It's gala night on board the ship. We are on our way to dinner.
It doesn't look like we're going to go on an ATV ride, does it?
No. Exactly. I must say you look stunning tonight.
Well, so do you.
And anyway, while we get our seats at dinner and wait for you to join us, why don't you take a look at next week's show?
What is the new thing from Flyboard? Is there really something cooler than flying above the water? Well, Rhea and I will show you next week. Then Rhys Stein discovers Kodachrome Basin and finds out what forces of nature have formed this striking land over the last 1,000,000 years. Plus, more info on what you can expect if you win our big cruise.
Looks like a great show next week. Dinner.
Yes.
Stephen, we haven't seen much of you today.
I've been hanging out in Jamaica. It's been awesome, but I hear you guys had a lot of fun on the ship.
Did you take the private helicopter back to the ship?
No, they do all the services for you. We just drove up and I got to see a lot of the country. It was gorgeous.
Beautiful. Well, we saw an incredible show tonight, and every night on this ship they have amazing shows. And tonight we saw Michael Jackson, and it rocked. It was so fun, really. And not to mention the food, which is outstanding here. We're here in the main restaurant on gala night, but I'm telling you, the specialty restaurants here are outstanding.
Oh, Italy, that was so good.
So good.
That's true. Well, we've got a lot more exploring to do. We will be back with another MSC Columbus Travel Cruise Line special. And we want to make sure that you mark your calendar to be watching because we've got a lot more to show you.
So get together with your family, your friends, in the great outdoors on At Your Leisure.
See you next week.
Here in Nassau, and I forgot what I was supposed to say. And with Columbus Travel.
Let's do it again.
If I have to do this one more time, I'm going to kill somebody. Maybe everybody.
I know what you're doing, Kirk.